Hi, welcome to our exploration of one of ancient Rome's most iconic symbols, the Colosseum. Today, we embark on a journey to unravel the mystery surrounding the missing half of this magnificent structure. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, once stood as a testament to Roman grandeur and engineering prowess. Constructed under Emperor Vespasian in AD 70 to 80, it hosted spectacles that drew crowds of up to 50,000 spectators, showcasing gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and other entertainments. However, the passage of time was unkind to the Colosseum. Natural disasters like earthquakes and fires, coupled with human plundering for construction materials, contributed to its gradual decay. The Colosseum, standing as a resilient testament to Roman engineering, endured the tumult of several significant earthquakes throughout its history. Among the most notable seismic events were those in AD 442 and AD 508, which inflicted considerable damage on the structure. These earthquakes, occurring during the later years of the Western Roman Empire's decline, caused extensive fractures and collapses in the Colosseum's outer walls and arches, challenging the stability of this architectural marvel. During the Middle Ages, the Colosseum fell into neglect, its walls stripped of marble, travertine, and iron clamps, which were repurposed for churches, palaces, and fortifications across Rome. The indifference towards the Colosseum during this period was palpable. Once a symbol of Roman power, it became little more than a quarry, its grandeur fading into obscurity as it lay abandoned and forgotten for centuries. The systematic pillaging of the Colosseum during the Middle Ages was not a single event, but a series of plunderings driven by political instability and opportunism. Roving bands of mercenaries, marauding armies, and ambitious nobles sought its treasures, dismantling its walls for reuse elsewhere. A notable example of the Colosseum being plundered by invaders occurred during the sack of Rome in 410 AD, led by the Visigoths under the command of Alaric III. During this sack, the invaders looted and vandalized many of Rome's most iconic monuments, including the Colosseum. While specific details about the plundering of the Colosseum during this event are scarce, it is wittily documented that the Visigothic invaders carried away a large amount of trésor, valuable objects, and precious materials from the buildings and monuments of Rome, including the Colosseum. This plundering during the sack of Rome represented one of the darkest moments in the history of the city and the Roman Empire, demonstrating how even the most iconic monuments were not immune to the devastation caused by barbarian invasions during the decline of the Western Roman Empire. Numerous examples illustrate the extent of the pillaging and its impact on the monument. Historical records recount how marble columns and intricate sculptures were hauled away from the Colosseum's corridors to embellish the grand facades of palaces and basilicas across Europe. One notable example is the Basilica of St. Peter in the Vatican, whose construction involved the reuse of materials from the Colosseum and other ancient Roman monuments. Marble, travertine, and other architectural elements were recycled and incorporated into the basilica's structure during renovations led by Renaissance popes, such as Julius II and Leo X. These materials imparted grandeur and beauty to the Basilica of St. Peter, making it one of the most impressive architectural works in the world and a lasting symbol of Renaissance history and art. Additionally, the once imposing travertine blocks, carefully quarried and transported from distant regions, were repurposed to fortify city walls and construct defensive bastions, altering the landscapes of medieval towns and cities. The systematic dismantling of the Colosseum's iron clamps not only undermined its structural integrity, but also supplied raw materials for the production of weaponry and tools essential for medieval warfare and industry. These examples highlight the multifaceted nature of the pillaging, underscoring its profound impact on the Colosseum's architectural heritage and the broader historical landscape of Europe during the Middle Ages. The marble and travertine that once adorned the Colosseum found new life in cathedrals, palaces, and defensive walls, while the loss of its iron clamps hastened its decline into ruin. During the First and Second World Wars, the Colosseum in Rome faced significant challenges and dangers due to its proximity to the theaters of conflict. While the Colosseum itself was not directly targeted as a military objective, the surrounding areas of Rome suffered extensive damage from bombings and artillery fire. During World War I, Italy, which included Rome, was part of the Allied powers. Rome did not see much direct fighting during this conflict, and the Colosseum remained relatively unscathed. However, the city faced hardships due to economic strains and resource shortages resulting from the war effort. In World War II, Rome endured a more precarious situation. Italy initially aligned with Nazi Germany, and Rome came under the control of the fascist regime led by Benito Mussolini. As Allied forces advanced through Italy in 1943, Rome became a battleground. The city was declared an open city by the Italian government, but despite this designation, it still suffered bombings and shelling. While the Colosseum itself was not a strategic target, it endured some damage during the war. Nearby structures and monuments were hit by bombs and artillery fire, and there were fears that the Colosseum could be destroyed or seriously damaged in the crossfire. Fortunately, efforts were made to protect Rome's cultural heritage, including the Colosseum, from extensive harm. The Colosseum survived the war with moderate damage, mainly to its outer walls and surrounding areas. Despite the dangers it faced, the Colosseum stood as a symbol of resilience amidst the chaos of war. After the war, efforts were made to restore and preserve Rome's historical sites, including the Colosseum, as symbols of Italy's enduring cultural heritage. Despite this, the Colosseum continued to inspire awe and wonder, a silent witness to the tumultuous events that shaped European history. Today, as we confront the crumbling ruins of the Colosseum, we are reminded of the impermanence of human achievement and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. The missing half stands as a poignant reminder of the fragility of our most cherished monuments. In summary, the story of the Colosseum's missing half underscores the relentless march of time and the transient nature of even the mightiest structures. It calls upon us to safeguard our shared human heritage and cherish the legacy of those who came before us. As we stand in the shadow of this ancient marvel, let us heed Shelley's words and redouble our efforts to preserve the wonders of our past. Thank you.